I mean, let's keep in mind a couple of things. One is that the Indian economy is growing gangbusters right now. Modi, very popular at home, has a strong relationship with the United States and will, whether Biden or Trump is successful in 2024, very strong relationship with Japan, but also has not alienated, at least not yet, major members of the global South. China's in a very different position. I mean, the big headlines this week: Xi Jinping not showing up at the G20. Italy announcing they're going to be leaving Belt and Road. The Indonesians, of course, they were thought to be the most important new member joining the BRICS. They chose not to be a part of it because they didn't want to have to be making choices or perceived as making choices against the G7. So this is not a good time for China. It's not a great week for China. I'm not surprised that India is making successful noises, but there's also been a lot of headlines in the United States that this is showing that China is somehow jettisoning the existing world order, that they want to build their own. They're not going to be any part of the G20 going forward. That's not true. I'm willing to bet you dollars to donuts on this show next year that Xi Jinping will be in Brazil for their G20 presidency. They will be sending high-level members for the ministerials going forward. This is not suddenly the end of China's meaningful role on the global stage or peak China. Samir and I talked about this at the beginning of the G20, the idea that India is making some great decisions right now, but they're still a minimum of 10 to 15 years behind the Chinese. That doesn't change just because you had a very successful weekend. So good marks for Modi, good marks for India, good marks for everyone attending the G20 this weekend, the G19. You added the Africa Union, you subtracted the Chinese and the Russians. But going forward, this is a long, long road in a dramatically changing global order.